Okay, YouTube, what is up? This is Cyber Ending. I'd like to apologise for the fact that I've not been uploading for quite a while. This is my Cyber Dragon deck profile that I took to the YCS, and it's a more consistent version of the deck profile that I uploaded last September, I believe. And without further ado, let's get straight into the deck profile. So the Cyber Dragons, we're running 3 core. Free, dry, and one's Y, and then 3 Cyber Dragons, and then the 2 Toon Cyber Dragons if you'd like to class that. So it's a pretty standard Cyber Dragon lineup. The non-Cyber Dragons, we're running 1 Electromagnetic Turtle, 3 Galaxy Soldiers. I managed to pick these up at the YCS. Ever since I put it in there, it's added so much more consistency to the deck. We're running 2 Ghost Ogres as our hand traps, because it's this format, when you can't play first, you need some way of stopping some of their plays, like whether it be ABCs where they activate Union Hanger. When they summon a ABC and want to equip, you can always use that to stop the Union Hanger. And also there's the Tin Goldfish that you can use this on to just stop that, so that will stop a few of the plays. We've got the 3 Machine Kaijus just for getting rid of the problems on the field, that just mainly those cards that just say negate, 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 those kind of cards. We run 1 L-Tannen as kind of like a clutch card that we can get out with Repair Plan should we need the extra removal. One reasoning, I've been testing this out, it's been working for me quite well, because they never call it right because of the difference in levels. And also it's got like a nifty, there's like a nifty little combo where you can get Galaxy Soldier off of it and then just get the effect to search another one out, so you get a 3+. We're running 3 Repair Plant because it's a bit of a must. Use it to search any of the light machines in the deck, which is everything. 3 Overload Fusion, because getting your fusions out it's what I'm focusing around. It's more of a fusion build rather than a XYZ build, but I have implemented new things in there. 1 Soul Charge, because you can get back your infinities, you can get back your fusions, and I found it, rather than going for the win that turn, you would rather just have the negations and all that on the field. So I found it as a really good card for the late game. 1 Raigeki, just for clearing boards. It's arguably good, this format, but I think after Pendulum Domination comes out, it may not be as good. But we'll have to see then. 1 Twin Twister, I would like to bump this up to 2. If Pendulums are going to be dominant in the next format, I will swap the Raigeki for another Twin Twister. But yeah, overall it's really good. 3 Power Bonds, because you've got to go for game. If you don't go for game, you've got to at least make infinity, or you just, this format, you essentially just lose. 1 Vanities, if you open it, that's great. If they have Twin Twister, well, yeah, that's not so good. 1 Solemn Warning, it's a staple, so I'll run it. 3 Quakings, just to stop all of the attacks coming through, and it buys me a few turns. For the extra deck, we are running 2 Infinities, which is pretty staple. two Novas are arguably the best one out of the two, just because Nova can do so much for you. It can open up OTKs, and of course when he dies you get free fusion. We're running one King of Heavy Machines, King of Heavy Industry. Mill 3 off the top of their deck, destroy cards in their field equal to number of monsters milled, I believe. And it's got 3200 attack, which is it's a massive beat stick. So I'd occasionally go into that, which is kind of cool. 1 Gigant X. Use it to search your cores and your dries out, which is quite cool. I normally do that for soul charge some of like my Ys and my dries back. So that opens a few plays up. Triple Rampage, it's kind of staple in the deck. It's the best fusion out of the lot. 1 Overdragon as like a last resort. If they've got a massive field, you've got no cards left, you top deck an Overload fusion, you've got game, which is really fun. 1 Cyber End Dragon as a Nova target, and you might occasionally go into it with Power Bond, but probably not consistently. 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. They're really good for ABCs and all that. I might run it at 3, but I think 2 at the moment is quite staple. And then 1 Cyber Twin as like another attack option for when Nova is destroyed. Or you might go into it if you can't go for game with attacking 3 times with Rampage for some reason. For the side deck, what have I done with the side deck? Yeah, for the side deck, we are running 2 Flying Seas for the PK Fire matchup, just to, when they summon a Burning Abyss, summon it on their field, blow them up, and it can buy you a few turns. 2 Massacre Restrict. I've got it in here because I see a lot of like Heralds, Monarchs and all that in my locals. I've got no idea why. I suppose it's just kind of popular at my locals. 3 Spell Shattering Arrow. I do want anti-spells. I would replace these with them, but I do not own any, so that's pretty much what I've been running so far. 2 Imperial Iron Walls. Shuts Cosmos down. You can side it against ABCs as well, works effectively. 1 Macro, 1 Fisher. It's mainly for the PK5 matchups. But I'd probably get rid of them for Ally Justice, Cycle Reader. I've only got 1. I do need 3 because it's so good against ABCs. And I believe it's also good against Herald, but I've not tested it out against that yet. But yeah, YouTube, without further ado, that is the deck profile. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe. Peace.